Okay, time to get started. We have a goal to reach 4,000 hours, watch hours in YouTube, and it is a difficult task. So tonight we're going to have a scientific approach to get into one answer or one method to see if we have the ability to get that done. So bear with me for a second as I set up the broadcast for tonight.
Desperate for those 4,000 hours, I almost cheated my way to monetization with looped streams. I tried to game the system, but YouTube's new inauthentic content policy shuts down shortcuts. I realized my real value isn't a loop, it's my original service story. No more tricks, just raw truth. Subscribe now to help us feed our veterans.
So what do you guys think about that? Uh, it sort of gives you the answer a little bit as to what I think, but the answer is not that simple. One more second, I'll be ready to go. So, I've been hearing a lot about streaming, restreaming, and basically whether or not you could reach 4,000 hours in a few days or a few hours. Some people claim that they have reached 4,000 hours in one day, which is kind of amazing. So I decided to look into it and see if that was a possibility. And um, first of all, I found out it's a very difficult task. If you look at all the comments on the web, it will tell you that it's not an easy task to do. People look for shortcuts, and we're going to talk about a shortcut that was available, but it appears to me that it's no longer available. So it's the subject of tonight's briefing or discussion. Um, if you cannot take a poll, a review of a lot of the comments on not only on YouTube but on other side, and it will tell you that it is extremely difficult. It requires persistence, requires luck, because a single video can pretty much give you all the watch hours that you need. For getting that one single video, it is difficult. It could take weeks, it could take months, it could take year. So that's why it's a little bit of luck. Now, there's a lot of people that have a lot of good strategy, a lot of good advice about it. You follow them all, and eventually you say it may work or it may not work. So I could tell you personally, I have tried and failed multiple times in developing my consistent strategy to get to the 4,000 watch hours, and I'm not there yet. So, so I'm using an approach called a scientific approach to find out what strategy may work. I don't know if I have the final solution. I don't know if I have the solution at all. But at least I'm gonna be investigating what works in the next couple of months, and this might be one of many videos on this subject. And some of you may be familiar with the scientific method. It's just basically an approach that has takes you through creating a question, researching that question, creating a hypothesis, doing some experiment, uh, doing some conclusion, and communicating the results. The result of what I found out would be communicated to to you via this. Huh, is he going out via this live chat? Yeah, it is via this live chat and via a video that you guys saw. Give me one second, guys. think I only streaming in one channel. Hmm. For whatever reason, I only seem to be broadcasting in one channel, so not having equipment problems left and right, so I don't know what's going on. That was right there. Loop. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll go ahead and conclude the my findings and then figure out what happened tomorrow. So I'm getting no data on my studio in relation to what's going on. I am getting some feedback that it's actually working. So they're not, for whatever reason, it's not broadcasting in every channel that I need to broadcast. It's working on there, not working there. Oh well, that's the nature of the business. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Okay, so I created this graphic here. As you see, this addresses the different elements of the scientific methodology, if you will. I know my goal is 4,000, so you start with a question. Here, define video content and resources uh, that audience will like the most. And then you move on to doing your research. You gather information on previous insight, look at different videos and stuff like that to figure out what to do. You study the existing knowledge, data, and important topics. So what it actually means is you have to look at what is actually working, which video do we get in YouTube and other platforms that have millions of views. Because in reality, if you get a single video that has millions of views, you should be able to get monetized. And well, you could get monetized with a single video, but it's not easy. Perhaps multiple videos will will be best. I have my phone not getting that thing. My apologies. I'm just having a tough day today. Then, as you see, I kind of created, like for example, I selected restreaming. So my hypothesis will be is restreaming the answer to solving my problem, or is it not? So that's basically some sort of hypothesis. So that way, then as part of this video live stream, I do an experiment to see if it actually if it works. Those restreaming work and those looping technology work. Although I may not do the looping because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, depending on my findings. I had to find out whether or not you could do it, whether it works or not, whether it's a pay feature or a feature that is free for people to use it. Then I analyze the conclusion and basically determine, for me, whether it's a workable solution or not. And then I'll communicate the result through this platform and the video that I just created earlier and some of the videos in the upcoming weeks. So I'm hoping you guys hang with me and let me know live in 22 hours. It's this. Oh, I got the wrong video. That's what's going on. Give me 1 sec. I know what's going on now. Here you go. I found out what's going on now. what's happening is I wasn't linking to my live feed, and therefore I couldn't see the video that was going on. There we go. Yeah, we got that. We got that. And I got one more to do, and then we'll be ready to go, guys. My apologies for hope I'm not wasting your time. Here we go. Everything is good now. Okay. I have been having equipment problems all week, and I think sometimes it's not the equipment. I think it's the operator. But you be the judge of that. I think I have halfway decent equipment, and I'm just not so sure how to use it. So my big question for tonight is: can restreaming using looping, which is something that I learned earlier this week, be the solution for reaching the 4,000 hours public watch hours for YouTube monetization? That's going to be the key question that I have, and I think a lot of you have. Um, and I don't have this full solution, but I'm investigating that, and I'm going to communicate that to you as soon as I find a solution. If you have one that works, and basically just communicate it to me, I could tell you what works at the end of the video. Um, so a proven technology that has worked, and it will avoid you being demonetized. As you know, YouTube is being very serious about monetization, and if you choose that approach that is incorrect, you will get demonetized. So what I'm on the conclusion of this video, I'll let you know what works and what doesn't, and at a minimum, one or two techniques that are proven to be effective. So, like many of you, have gone to YouTube and other site and try to find out, well, how do you get to this 4,000 public watch hours for YouTube monetization? And the conclusion is it's not easy, but there's a way to get it done. So I created what's called a known hypothesis. That's a restreaming using video looping is a solution for reaching the 4,000 public watch hours at the beginning of this investigation that I was doing today. And then I created an alternate hypothesis that said restreaming using looping technology is not the solution for reaching the 4,000 public watch hours for YouTube monetization. So one of these two hypotheses will be proven to be true at the end of the night. And as I go through, the only way to find out, if you go back to the methodology that we are using, where are we? Did I lose something already? I think I did. For crying out loud! The one sure way to find out if your question can be answered is to do some research, to do some analysis, to do some experiment, which is about what we're going to do today. I'm going to test to see if, first of all, is it doable? Can you use restreaming looping as a technology, notwithstanding whether or not it's an effective one? And we're going to see if that's possible. And let's go on. So that's going to be the next step right here. So Restreaming is a site that if you haven't been there before, you could just sign up to it. You link your YouTube account, and you could start live streaming pretty much the same day. So, do I have that site? I thought I had that site with streaming. Let me check. Yeah, it's right here. So when you log in, I already created an account, so we don't waste a lot of time creating an account, things like that. And I wanted to say they do have a pay plan mostly, but they also have a free account. So when you log in and you're gonna get to this banner here, just click the X, and basically that will give you to your free plan right there. Free plan, you have obviously you have some limitations, but still doable. And so that's the first step. And so here we go. So you create the account and you link your YouTube account to it, and you can start streaming live, having live streaming. I did a test earlier today, and I know that it worked. So for streaming, okay, it's for the streaming technology like I'm doing right now, and you are using OBS as a tool right now, which I've been using for the last couple of days. But you could obviously do that as well on the stream, on Restream. It's a matter of figuring out which one is easiest for you. It could be that Restream is easier than OBS. OBS has some challenges for me, so I will be testing both Restreaming and OBS in relation to see which one is easier to get online and then stream your content. And I could tell you that Restream is fairly easy to do that. I was able to do it for the first time today, and although it's been some little glitches with my camera, other than that, it was pretty good. So I said you create and you upload a newly created video to avoid copyright issue. Now, so I created a video that I showed you at the beginning of the presentation. I'm gonna quickly go. So as you could tell, and now those of you that came late, I'm gonna give you a quick preview of the video again.
Desperate for those 4,000 hours, I almost cheated my way to monetization with looped streams. I tried to game the system, but YouTube's new inauthentic content policy shuts down shortcuts. I realized my real value isn't a loop, it's my original service story. No more tricks, just raw truth. Subscribe now to help us feed our veterans.
I want to make a point is that restreaming is a legitimate way to get to 4,000 hours, either through the streaming technology, potentially to the looping technology. Although, as you will see later on, there's a lot of question by a lot of smart people about restreaming your video. Depends on what you do. Depends if it's a new video, never view in YouTube. Depends whether or not there are any copyright violation. Depends whether or not there are some repetitive content. So there's a lot of question in some very smart people's mind as to whether or not Restream can be used for uh, for the looping technology, and to see that it's going to pass muster with YouTube. So, but at a minimum, you know that it does work. It is here. Okay, it does work. And it works fine. So that's good to know on that. So let me see, go back over here. Okay, so that's how you create an account, and that's how you load the video. So let's talk about going to trying to load the video real quick. Uh, so you log in. As I said, I was logging in. So the first thing is to go in. I'm going to walk you through the process, then I kind of demonstrate it online as to how it goes. So you do the restreaming by clicking the new stream. Then you go to video playlist. You go to video. You upload the video, and you create an event, and you give it a title, a description, and a date when you want it to be published. You see, this one is scheduled for tomorrow. And this is the technology that I was mentioning, loop video. You can loop it up to 10 times, but it's an upgrade. It's not a free version. What I have shown you so far all the time is totally free. So basically, you can loop, restream the video for free. But if you want to restream, if you want to loop it, apparently you pay for the upgrade. You create your own thumbnail. You have a generic one in there. You press next. You create your event, and you will see it listed on Restream. Now you could have, if you want to connect to multiple platforms, you can up to three. I only connecting to YouTube, not because I don't have accounts in the others, but because I just don't wanted to manage all of them at this particular point. But if you have multiple accounts, you could link them on. This is the real benefit of a Restream. You post it one time, and basically you have it on all the social media platform. And depending if you want to have a pay account, you could have literally every single platform can in fact be touched by your video at the same time. You don't have to just go individually and post it. So this is the real value of Restream. By the way, I'm not being paid for saying this, so I just know how it works, and that's the way it is. Because you could add more channel, you create the events, and then you schedule the event on your system, and you'll be able to see that. So basically, the way it goes is this way: you start, you click on stream, you click on video play, you click on video, and you do upload. As you see there, I have it in there already. I uploaded the video, and then you go to next, and you put in all your information that you want. Let me go back because I don't want to do it again. Um, so then after that, you will you will get to this page right here, which is back to the home page. And if I go back to the home page, let me go X out of that. I should see my event. This is scheduled for tomorrow at 9 p.m. I could change that by doing the edit right here. I could update the title, I could update the event, I could duplicate it, I could embed streaming, and I could delete it if I wanted to. So that's one way to do restreaming. I know also there's another way, which is basically you click here, you go to Restream Studio, and you allow your mic and your things to show up. That's what really ruined my camera today. When I went here, it kind of sort of messed up my camera. So it's joining. You go to Studio, you should be able to see to go live on this thing, just like we're doing right now through OBS. And when you're ready to go live, you could basically just sit here. I'm not gonna do it because I already did it. You go live, and basically you'll be able to go live and stream, live streaming like we're doing right now. But this will be through Restream. I mean, it's very powerful. I'm gonna test it. Like I say, I'm gonna test it some more. I love OBS, but there are some challenges for me on OBS. It's a very powerful system, and so I'm always trying new tools. So, like I said, Restream is a very, very good tool, very powerful. It has a free features and it have a paid features that you could use and upgrade to to improve your social media dissemination, if you will. I am not going to go live. I'm just going to exit out and go back to what are the conclusion about this technology. You know, um, looping streaming is an effective and fast track way to gain 4,000 hours. You could do it, it's no question about it. But the problem with that is there are risks and there are limitations. If you use unrelated inflated time watch, can result in loss of revenue. That's one of the big things that you have to be concerned about it. But most importantly, the big loss will be on demonetization. There's a big risk due to reuse and repetitious content. If you read some of the reviews that are on YouTube, it will tell you, yes, it does work. Yes, you could get your 4,000 watch hour, but in reality, you could be demonetizing your channel. And the question for me is it worth the risk of doing that? Probably for me, it's not. So although I could use part of this technology, I don't know that I could use the looping streaming. At least not until I get more information. My research today shows that that's not a viable way to get to 4,000 hours. It's not viable because you will lose revenue and you have a high risk of demonetization due to reuse and repetitious content. So, but if you want to take the risk, it is there. Technology is there. I show you how to do it, but I wouldn't go for it now. So that kind of answers my hypothesis of earlier. So let me go back to my hypothesis if I can find it. There you go. So the one that we were proving was that looping was a solution for reaching 4,000 hours. It is, but it is not a viable solution, right? So the answer is proven to be true, but it has too much risk. So streaming is not a solution to reach the 4,000 hours. So again, this one is false, but it's actually the best approach because you could reach the 4,000 hours, but the risk and the benefit has to be balanced against reaching the goal. If you reach the goal and lose your channel, what's the point, right? So go back to that. So that's what I found out tonight about looping. I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of questions about it. Um, so the best the best thing that I find out is that live streaming is an effective way, like we're doing right now. A live stream gives you watch hours, which are sometimes greater than what you will get by posting videos. So if you can, even today, see, as you could tell, my voice is not the best, but I could be posting video. I could post 20 videos. I may only get maybe 5 watch hours. I could do a live stream and get 10 hours, basically in one or two live stream, depending on how important, how hot the topic is. I cannot see any of the stats for this video because for whatever reason, my system is not telling me that. I don't get the concurrent views or nothing like that. But in reality, I'm hoping you guys are out there. Oh, you know what? I found out. I found it. I was look again. I was linking to the wrong one. So I see some concurrent view and I see some views. So thank you for that. Uh, so I guess what the biggest lesson of tonight is live streaming is what the what we need to strive for, that we need to use. Now I'm gonna try to put a video on this tonight, if at all possible, about live streaming and about what we just learned and the best practices and stuff like that. So we'll see what comes out of it, and I will post the video that I showed you earlier on my channel to be to be available tomorrow. When it's available tomorrow, automatically, The other one will probably be available the day after, so we don't present the same information the same day. Probably reach the maximum amount of people on that. So hopefully you guys like the video, the live presentation. Hopefully you guys have questions and comments, and you provide those comments to me on the site. And what I'll do, I will continue to investigate this topic and other topics of interest. So stay tuned to my channel for further information. And visit my channel, like my channel, subscribe. And with that being said, good night. Good night, everyone.